Okay, welcome guys, Jerry Norton, and today I want to share with you a tip about how to custom design your fix and flip deals for free. Okay, so when I do a fix and flip, and it really doesn't matter what price point I'm at, when I do a fix and flip project, I don't pay for design, interior design. What I do, and what I want to share with you, is how to do that for free. So as soon as I get a contract on a property that I'm intending on fixing and flipping, first thing I do is we've got our timeline. We've got, so let's say right here is our contract date, and then right here is our closing. And let's say that we've got 30 days to close. Okay, so contracts right here, 30 days to close. Now by the time I get to my closing in 30 days, I want to have my contractor lined up, I want to have the dumpster delivered, and I want to start my rehab, have my timeline, everything all figured out. So I've got 30 days to do that. Well, the first thing I do before anything else, as soon as I get a contract and I've decided I'm not going to wholesale it, I'm going to fix and flip it, right here on day one, is I decide on my agent, my listing agent who I'm going to resell my property with. Okay, so I decide my listing agent. I hire my listing agent. Okay, now this is way early on because here's when we start the rehab. Let's say we've got 90 days, 90 days here of a rehab before we need to go on market, before we list it for sale. So why am I choosing my agent way up here? Well, here's why. As soon as I decide and hire my listing agent, and you can watch other videos about how I do that. I don't pay the typical 3%. That's another tip for another day. But I hire my listing agent and I immediately have them do a walkthrough of the property, and I have them give me their ideas on layout, on design, on everything that they think should be done on this property. Now, who better than a top-selling listing agent who's going to do the relist? Who better to tell you what to do to your property? They'll tell you, what things need fixed up because they know what buyers want today. So they're very aware of where buyers are at in that particular market, and they'll tell you all of those things. They'll tell you, here's what color paint you should use, here's what type of kitchen, here's what type of granite, here's what type of tile. They'll tell you everything. They'll tell you, oh, you don't need to do that, whatever that is, leave that, that's fine. That furnace is good, it's okay, it's not brand new, but it's okay. The roof, yeah, it's a little worn out, but you don't have to redo that, or yeah, you better do that. And they'll tell you everything of what you need to do to get top market value for your home. And they'll do it for free. They'll do it as part of their agreement to take on your listing. Okay, so that's the first thing I have them do based on their feedback early on, way early on. Then I design my scope of work. So I take their advice, I design my scope of work, I interview my general contractors who I'm going to hire to do the property or do the rehab, and then I hire my general contractor. But before I create my scope of work, before I do anything else, as soon as I get that contract, hire my listing agent and get them to do a walkthrough and provide all of that feedback. And they'll do it. They'll gladly do a walkthrough. Look, they want it to be done right because they're the ones that are going to be selling it 90 days later or 120 days later, right? So they love having a say. They want to be able to tell you, yeah, here's what you should do. Now, one caution or tip of caution here is they may not be conscious of a budget, which you're on a budget, right? So you need to share with them. You need to say, look, here's what I'm looking to do. Here's the kind of budget I have created for this. My goal is to make this home look like XYZ so that I can get, fair market value for it. How do we do that within a reasonable budget? Okay, so make sure that they don't just tell you, oh yeah, replace everything. Sometimes that's not the best thing to do. But my point here is that I used to budget several $1,000s for interior design, where I'd hire an interior designer to come in and tell me all of the same things that a really good top-selling listing agent would tell you for free. Okay, hope this was helpful. Hope you implement this on your next fix and flip deal.